Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, June 17th through Sunday, June 23rd, 2019. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Angel Tarot deck by Radley Valentine for the main message for everyone. And depending on your stone of choice this week, we'll be using the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. So just a reminder that if you would like to see the angel card reading for the whole month of June to get a larger picture of this month, please be sure to go onto my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma and watch that June angel card reading. Okay, so let's take a look at your stones of choice for this week. Your first stone of choice is a beautiful cream-colored moonstone. And moonstone does come in some various colors. Some are more clear and opaque. This one actually is more of a cream-colored cream-colored moonstone. And the moonstone here is going to be a stone that helps to soothe the emotional body. It helps with kind of decreasing or dissipating any stress that one is holding in their life. It helps with calmness. It's actually a stone that helps to increase your intuition. And it is also a stone of success in love and in business. Your second stone of choice is an amethyst. And some amethysts have a more deep, rich, darker purple. I think I used an amethyst, a small amethyst cluster in last week's weekly reading. It was much more robust with its dark color purple, sort of like this little piece of purple here. But this one has a softer energy to it. And I chose it because all of the stones this week has a little bit of a softer energy vibration. And so the amethyst is a stone for healing the emotional and physical bodies. And so it can help again with physical ailments as well as helping with, healing any issues with the emotional body. This helps with insomnia. So if you're having trouble sleeping, amethyst is going to be very helpful for that. The amethyst helps to balance and open the crown chakra. So it helps to purify and cleanse the mind of negative, lower vibrational thoughts. And then your last stone of choice is a pink opal. And so it might look similar to the cream-colored moonstone in the video, but this is actually a very light pink color. And the pink opal is going to be helpful for calming and soothing the emotional body. All of these stones, like I said, have a softer vibration. So all three have a connection to helping heal that emotional body or the emotions. Now it helps to also release fear and worry and anxiety, which is part of that calming of the emotional body. It helps to cleanse the heart chakra as well of relationship, issues or heartbreak. It's really good at going into and healing subconscious patterns that are emotionally based. This is also a stone of love and peace and joy. So again, your stones of choice for the week are the cream-colored moonstone, the light lavender purple amethyst, or the pink-colored opal. So let's talk about the astrology for the week. There's actually quite a bit going on, like there was last week. And at the end of last week's video, I talked about the full moon that was coming up. And it happens very early Monday morning Pacific time. This is 1:31 a.m. Pacific time, which ends up being 4:31 a.m. Eastern time if you're in the United States. So that's why I wanted to bring it up last week, at the end of last week's video, because we've already been feeling this full moon coming into its full potential. Now, the full moon is at 25 degrees of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the sign of higher learning, inspiration, higher philosophies. It's a sign that expands our perceptions. It deals with belief systems. And it's a pretty joyous, happy-go-lucky, abundant feelings of blessings kind of sign. Now again, that expansive nature of Sagittarius which is naturally ruled by Jupiter in the zodiac, and this is where Jupiter is right now, and has been since fall of 2018, is in that sign of Sagittarius, his home sign. So again, we have this whole theme going on with our belief systems. Do we believe positively? Do we believe in more fear, anxiety, worry, concern? So it's kind of glass half full versus glass half empty. And the whole idea here with this full moon in Sagittarius is to check in with what it is that you believe. What it is that you believe to be true, what you want to expand into. Again, Sagittarius has that kind of far-reaching, expansive effect to it. So do you want to expand into joy and happiness, abundance and prosperity? Or do you want to expand into more of the fear, worry, anxiety, and doubts? And of course, we all want to expand into the former, the positive. So this is, again, checking in with what your deep-rooted core belief systems are regarding yourself, your life, your path, even your relationships. Okay, on Tuesday and Wednesday, the 18th and 19th, we have both Mercury and Mars coming together in the sign of Cancer, and they're both opposing Pluto, the sign of transformation, death and rebirth and change. Now, Mercury rules our thoughts, and we're going back again now to that idea of what we think, what our thoughts are, what our ideas are, what our belief systems are in a way. Even though Mercury usually rules kind of that lower mental body of thoughts, and the Jupiter planet rules that higher mental body of, again, our perceptions and belief systems. But here we have Mercury, planet of communication and thoughts and ideas, and it's coming together with Mars, the planet of energy, action, the warrior planet. They're both in the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is about home and family and nurturing and caretaking and intuition, kind of that soft maternal energy. So first of all, just with Mercury and Mars coming together, I want to say there's something going on with the home and family here this week especially. And maybe it's been brewing, maybe it's been going on here for the last few weeks. But the opposition to Pluto might mean that something's coming to a head. Because again, Pluto is a powerful planet. It rules power. It rules power and control issues. It rules, again, the idea of death and rebirth and transformation and change and regeneration and transmuting lower vibrational energies. So with this combination on Tuesday and Wednesday, I feel like there's definitely going to be some sort of communications within the home and family, on the home and family front, and this can be our biological, genetic family, or this can be the family that we've created through marriage, or even our spiritual family. So it's just about emotional connections. So whoever we're emotionally connected to, this could be even about best friends, that emotional connection of a friendship. So don't just, think that we have to talk about just the biological family here. We can expand this into this being about those that we're closest to, those that we're emotionally connected to. And Mars is, again, that warrior planet, but he's in that soft, nurturing, caretaking energy of Cancer that rules the home and family. But that opposition to Pluto brings some sort of powerful punch. And again, it could bring some power and control issues within home and family matters. Again, even through, communication. There's some sort of communications here that could be some power struggles going on. Or this can be exuded in the most positive way, to where there's some sort of positive transformation and change that's going on. And it can definitely be both. Maybe we're having some challenging communications going on, some actions that are maybe taken, some words that are maybe said that are a little bit frustrating, or a little bit warrior-like with the Mars influence, but we might be able to bring this to a place of positive transformation rather than power and control. On Friday the 21st, we have Neptune going to retrograde motion. Now, Neptune rules the spiritual realm. He rules things that are intangible and unseen. That's a part of the spiritual realm. He rules also things that are confusing, or that's an illusion, that's not real, not seeing things clearly. So there's that kind of fuzzy nature with Neptune. Now, it's going to be retrograde at 18 degrees of Pisces. And because he's such a slow-moving planet, he's going to only move back 3 degrees from the 21st of this month of June and through the end of November to 15 degrees of Pisces. So he only travels that 3 degrees from now until towards the end of November. Now, so we're going to feel its greatest effects as he's turning retrograde. So this week as he's slowing down, he's at a standstill, he's getting ready to turn retrograde, it's going to increase the intensity of those Neptunian energies. And again, we could feel more physically tired, we could feel more mentally confused, we could feel more emotional, but we could also feel much more psychic because it rules the psychic realm, the spiritual realm. We could feel a lot more spiritually connected, and we're much more connected to the magic of the universe. To me, Neptune rules that kind of magical energy of the universe. So it's kind of, again, going back to our belief systems of that full moon in Sagittarius at the beginning of the week. What do you believe? Do you believe in blessings? Do you believe in magic? Do you believe that you can co-create your reality with, the universe or God's source energy? Or do you believe that, life is confusing and there's lack of direction and there's lack of energy and things never turn out the way that we want them to, or whatnot, whatever the negatives are of your belief system. So it's really going to be important to connect to and be aware of your belief systems, not just this week, but always. That's important, right? Especially with Jupiter being retrograde. And speaking of Jupiter being retrograde, on Sunday the 23rd, Venus, the planet of love and relationships, money and finances, which is in Gemini right now, is opposing Jupiter, which is retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius. And then a little bit going into next week, which sometimes I do if there's some sort of astrological energy that's very important. On Monday, very early in the morning Pacific time, Venus is going to challenge Neptune, which we just talked about being at a standstill, being kind of at that station point because he just turns retrograde on Friday, and by Sunday, Venus is challenging Neptune. And I bring that in because Venus opposing Jupiter on Sunday and then challenging Neptune on Monday creates this T-square astrological configuration, which a lot of times is a difficult, challenging configuration, just the opposition and the challenging square aspect at the same time. So this aspect, this energy on Sunday and Monday can go one of two ways, again, because Neptune is that planet of magic, the magical universe, blessings, and Jupiter is the planet of blessings and expansion. However, he doesn't differentiate between the positive expansion and the negative expansion, which is why we have to pay attention to our belief systems, which Jupiter rules. Now, Venus is also a planet of blessings. So even though this is a challenging configuration, there could be some sort of magical energy here that's created. There could be, as long as you visualize, again, with that glass half full mentality, the positive and what it is that you'd like to create, this can be a magical energy of creating that, of bringing in financial abundance, bringing in love and romance, bringing in all sort of blessings that Jupiter and Neptune and Venus are here to give us. However, we can also be trapped in this illusionary energy with this configuration. So maybe there's something that usurps our finances, or money seems to flow through our fingers, or something happens that seems to take that away and the money disappears. Or maybe we're having a tough time and we're confused in relationship and we're seeing someone or the relationship through rose-colored glasses and we're not seeing it clearly. And then again, we're kind of moving through our belief systems in more of a fear-based way, or with anxiety or doubts. So it's really, again, important that we're connected to the most positive within ourselves of where it is we want to go, what it is we want to create, what we want to expand in with that Jupiter energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the cards for the week and see what the message is from our angels and guides. So we start out the week, again, you remember we have a full moon in Sagittarius on Monday, and we start out with a major arcana, which is the major arcana cards in the tarot are a powerful energy, talking about the soul's journey, the soul's evolution and growth, and, expansion through the tarot keys. This is major arcana 20 here. And there's only 21 major arcana in the deck, so this is near the end of the soul's journey through the tarot, basically. So, with the full moon is a time of completion. The full moon is a time of completion, endings, releasing, letting go, and healing. And here with the renewal card, in the traditional tarot, this is called the Judgment card. But in this angel deck, it's ruled by Archangel Jeremiah, who's the archangel that helps us to review kind of the past, review our past life, circumstances, and even maybe past lives, going back to other times and places and dimensions. But the message at the bottom of this card says, review and evaluate, a favorable assessment of the facts, and time to move in a new direction. And that kind of goes with the full moon energy anyway. Remember, the full moon is a time of completion. We're releasing something and letting something go so we can move into a new energy, move into a new direction. In this case, again, the Sagittarius energy of the full moon talks about our belief systems, our higher vision, our higher philosophy, higher education. It's all about information here. So what we're completing or coming to completion with is an old way of believing, an old way of thinking. Okay, so our perceptions, the way we perceive our reality is needing to come to some sort of completion or ending or go through a healing process. So review your belief systems, evaluate your belief systems. That's another way to look at this card right now, considering the astrological energy we're in. And it does say that we come to a favorable assessment of the facts. So we come to, again, a positive way of viewing our belief systems, our reality, and where we're at. And Archangel Jeremiah here is helping us to review those belief systems so we can move our belief systems in a new and positive direction. So to me, we may physically be moving in a different direction, maybe career, maybe home and family, maybe some sort of circumstance or situation, maybe is coming to a completion or a close. But look at this too, more so from the perspective of completing a way of believing about something or thinking about something, because your thoughts and your beliefs are what's creating your reality. So move into a new direction and way of thinking and believing. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the next card. Now the second card came out as two cards here, which seems to often happen in my readings. And wow, another major arcana. This is major arcana number 16. In this deck it's called Life Experience with Archangel Chamuel. Archangel Chamuel is the archangel that helps us with our life purpose, and also is the archangel that assists us with soulmate relationships. Now, in the traditional tarot, major arcana 16 is the Tower card, and so the Tower card is usually telling us that there is going to be some sort of huge and dramatic shift in our physical reality with some sort of situation of a third dimensional nature, whether it be our career, or our money situation, or a home and family situation, or a significant relationship situation. But let's go ahead and read what it says at the bottom. It says, a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change, and time to spread your wings. So this, to me, again, we're talking about this Mercury, Mars, and opposing Pluto, that planet of power and transformation and death and rebirth and change. It does say a powerful revelation here, and it's time to spread your wings. So we're coming to some sort of like epiphany energy, but the epiphany doesn't just come on its own. It comes through some sort of event, some sort of life experience or event that transpires this week. And there's going to be transformation and change. With the Tower card, with this life experience card, there's going to be transformation and change, usually on an external level, but definitely can also be on an internal level with how you think, how you're proceeding with your actions, because we're involving Mercury and Mars here. So there's something very powerful here. But if you look, this card, not like the traditional Tower card, this is a softer energy. There's flowers here. There's an angel in the field with flowers looking off into the distance here, and this lovely golden, golden sky. So it's got some very soft, nice energy, even though it's talking about some sort of significant and powerful change that's going to be occurring. Now, if we look at this card, this may give us more information about what this is about. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Okay, we have the Six of Water. So we're definitely talking about emotions on some level, or emotional connections on some level. In fact, the Six of Water, which is the Six of Cups in the traditional tarot, often talks about family and children. It usually talks about memories from the past too, memories from the past, childhood. Again, to me, I feel like home, family, and children are definitely related to the Six of Cups or the Six of Water, because those are our emotional connections. Those are the people that we're mostly emotionally connected to. Now, the message at the bottom of this says memories from your history or childhood. It says issues regarding children and romanticizing the past. So again, aside from what it says at the bottom, I just feel like whatever this huge change is, whatever this huge transformation with the life experience card here is about, it's definitely something that involves how we feel. It involves our emotions, okay? And it involves potentially, again, those people that we're closest to, our husbands, our wives, our children, our fathers, our mothers, those people in our family, or those people that are like family to us. So there's definitely something that's brewing and changing here. And I'm going to put this card on top because I want to go back to Archangel Chamuel. And Archangel Chamuel helps us with our life purpose. So he's helping us right now through this change, through this transformation period. He's helping to guide us to more of what our life purpose is all about, or at least in the direction that our purpose is supposed to be going. Now let's look at the last card here. And we have the Six of Air. So here we have another number 6. Remember, we had the Six of Water, and now we have the Six of Air. And the number 6 in numerology is about home and family. It's also about balance. It's also about balancing the home and family with the career and the life path. It's about balancing the divine feminine and the divine masculine. It's about staying in a state of balance, because a 6-pointed geometric shape turns out to be the 6-pointed Star of David, or an upward pointing triangle, which has 3 points, intersected with a downward pointing triangle that has 3 points. It's that perfect balance of energies going on. So the Six of Air, which is like the Six of Swords in the traditional tarot, is a card of balance. It's a balance of the mind. Here we have balance of the emotions, or the emotional body. And with the Six of Air or Six of Swords, we have balance of the mind or the mental body. So it's going to be important this week with whatever the transformation and changes, whatever the life experience card is all about, whatever the renewal card or the judgment card that starts out the week is all about, where we're supposed to be reviewing something about our past, reviewing old belief systems, reviewing old ways of operation, reviewing old circumstances and situations, reviewing old relationships. This tells us to stay in a state of balance mentally and emotionally here. The message at the bottom says things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, and taking a trip. So there's, to me, some sort of positive movement. And even though it says taking a trip, think of this more as a mental trip, as weird as that might sound, that we're moving our thoughts in a positive direction. We're moving the way we think into a positive direction. And there may actually be a trip. There might be some travel associated here with this card as well. But again, there's a positive indication here. This is one of the positive swords cards in the tarot, because we're in a state of balance and harmony. The number 6 is one of balance and harmony. So, having both the 6s here is a very positive indication that we can move through whatever changes are occurring with more ease. Now let's go ahead and take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice this week. Oh, I want to also say they're talking about this being about communication. They don't want me to not say that this is about some positive communication with those people in your lives. So as we find our center and we find our place of balance, then whatever changes are going on here, whatever transformations are happening, whatever Tower card moment, which may be challenging, is happening, we can work it out through positive, balanced communication with those people in our lives, okay? And again, with positive thoughts too. All right, so for those of you that chose the cream-colored moonstone, let's give this a little shuffle. This one's kind of popping out. So cream colored moonstone people. Wow, okay, we just talked about possible travel. This talks about a journey. This is card number 2, and the number 2 is one of balance again, so we're definitely needing to stay balanced. The number 2 is also one of partnerships and relationships of all kinds. So you may be going on some sort of trip or journey or vacation with a significant other or with a friend or with a family member. This is usually about one-on-one relationships because we have 2 people here. Even though the card shows one person by themselves, you still could go on a trip by yourself, but again, then we're going to default into the number 2 being about balance and harmony and compromise and diplomacy and peace and, and even moving forward, putting one foot in front of the other is kind of moving forward, going on a journey with wherever it is your soul is going. There's almost a signpost here with some signs, and so I feel like you need to look for some messages as you go on this journey. And again, not just necessarily a physical trip or journey, but this can be a journey of the mind, a journey of, what you visualize, what you believe. Again, let your mind journey and look for the signs. Be open to the messages from Spirit, and be open to the physical messages too. Spirit talks to us in all sorts of ways, not just through our dream time and not just through our meditation time, or if you have tarot cards or angel cards and you do a reading for yourself, but also through everyday aspects of life. There's messages out there to pay attention to. So to me, this is just about moving forward. Again, kind of allowing yourself to put one foot in front of the other, and whether, again, this is literally or on a mental level, this is, to me, a very positive indication of some sort of positive movement. You're like crossing a bridge into another realm here, which is a very positive sign. Okay, for those of you that chose the amethyst, let's give this a shuffle here. Looking for amethyst, this one's sticking up. For amethyst people, it says woman holding a heart. Okay, now to me it jumps back to that Venus opposing Jupiter and squaring Neptune at the end of the week. To me, there's something regarding that astrological configuration to where relationships come up. And the first, one of the things I just heard was don't wear your heart on your sleeve, but also be open with your heart at the same time. So basically you want to have good boundaries in relationships, and with those that you give love or show affection and attention towards, that, that they're not taking advantage of you in any way, but you also don't want to hold yourself back from showing love. You don't want to kind of create a barrier around your heart chakra. So it's kind of, again, a tricky situation in bringing things into balance. And it's number 44. So we have 2 4s there, which talks about balancing the energy, right? A 4 and a 4 equals an 8. And the 8, if you turn it on its side, is the infinity symbol, which is another symbol of balance and harmony. So this is about, again, balancing the give and take of love and affection in relationships. So however that turns out, I feel like part of it is, again, your belief systems and, how you kind of move through that energy. The situation there may be a challenging situation in relationship, but there's always a way that you can open up your heart, share with people what it is that you feel, and have it move into a more positive direction. All right, for those of you that chose the pink opal people, this one's calling my attention. This is action, okay? And we have a black horse and a white horse kind of moving through a field. The white horse now is ahead, though, of the black horse. And the first thing I think about of that is our shadow side, which is our ego, which everybody has an ego and everybody has a shadow side. But notice the white horse, which to me is indicating our higher soul self, our spiritual self, is ahead of the darker horse, ahead of that black horse. So our higher soul self is taking the lead here, and making some sort of decision or taking some sort of action regarding something. The number 17, I know this isn't a tarot deck, but in the regular tarot deck, the 17th major arcana is the star card, and that popped into my head. So with the Star card, we're talking about the future, our hopes, our dreams, and our wishes, and what we need to do now in this present moment to get to that future of what it is that we want. So it has a similar feel here of, again, taking some sort of action right now in this present moment, allowing your soul self to guide you, allowing your higher self to take the lead, so to speak, not allowing the fear or anxiety or doubts or negativity of the ego mind to be in the forefront. Okay, it's still there because we all have that ego and we can't, get rid of it basically. We don't want to get rid of it. It's part of our personality. But we want to integrate it and we want to uplift it. And this is what this card is indicating, that our thoughts, our emotions are being uplifted by the white horse here that's galloping forward, that's moving ahead. And again, taking some sort of action in this present moment as you're moving towards your dreams. So I hope you've all liked this weekly angel card reading. Thank you so much for all of you that support my channel by sharing my videos, commenting on my videos, subscribing to the channel so that you can be informed when the next video is out. Thank you to all of you that follow me on Facebook, follow my website, watching for my services or signing up for my services. And just a little kind of FYI, as I'm in the process of redoing my website. I don't know how long that will take, but hopefully it'll be cleaner and more able to be navigated in an easier way. I'm excited for that process. So send me lots of love and light that all goes smoothly, that transition. And I want to, again, send you all lots of love and light and many, many angel blessings.